maintenance into strategic construction and drainage works executed through direct labor at a comparatively lower delivery cost. In addition, the corporation has continued the use of services that improving pavement durability on strategic corridors. Ongoing research and development initiatives have also led to the procurement of equipment for the establishment of interlocking paving stone and concrete patching plant yards as part of efforts to expand alternative pavement solutions and improve operational efficiency. It is noteworthy to mention that at the last ministerial press briefing, the corporation had recorded interventions on approximately 1,163 roads, 1163, translating to about 70 kilometers through various activities, varying from palliative works, routine maintenance, reconstruction, clearing and repairing of hydraulic structures, and damaged road furniture. In line with this momentum, the corporation has from June 2025 to date carried out additional interventions on approximately 957 roads, translating to about 44 kilometers across strategic corridors and critical road networks within the state. Cumulatively, from May 2019 to date, the corporation has delivered approximately 4,200 roads, translating to about 506 kilometers within the metropolis. Some notable intervention corridors undertaken during the review period are by the Public Works Corporation, are the Babajide Road, the Fagba Junction by Iju Road in the Fakoijai, the Lasuiba Road by the Total Solus bus stop where the dump site is, Ogunusi Road by Hotel bus stop at Akiode, Latif Jacob, the General Hospital Road in Ifakoijai, Ijayi Road, Excellence Hotel, Mosalako Junction, Odofin, Igbobai, from Odofin Street to Igbo Housing Estate Road, that is ongoing. Along the Agege Road by Olosha in Moshe LGA, they are also working on Akiolubade Street, Victoria Island. Beyond pavement works, corporation has also executed repairs and reinstatement of critical road infrastructure across several corridors, including replacement of exposed manhole covers, rehabilitation of pedestrian bridge furniture, such as handrails and damper shades, as well as maintenance of drainage channels adjoining reinstated road pavements. In line with state government's sustainability objectives, the corporation continues to advance research and innovation initiatives, including the introduction of plastic and rubber-based material as fillers in asphalt production as part of environmentally suitable and waste-not infrastructure solutions. Human capacity development and technical training programs are also undertaken to strengthen staff competence, operational efficiency, and institutional productivity. These initiatives reinforce the corporation's commitment to resilient, inclusive, and environmentally responsible infrastructure maintenance and delivery in alignment with the Teams Plus agenda of the present administration. The Lagos State Infrastructure Maintenance and Regulatory Agency serves as a critical regulatory and coordination partner of the Office of Infrastructure in protecting and preserving the state's growing investment in good infrastructure. Through the regulation and coordination of telecommunications and utility infrastructure deployment, the agency prevents indiscriminate excavation and avoidable damage to completed and ongoing road projects. Through strengthened interagency collaboration and implementation of the state's Dig One policy, LASIMRA continues to promote more orderly utility installations, minimize repeated road cuts, and support the long-term sustainability and operational efficiency of critical infrastructure corridors across Lagos State. During the review period, the agency recorded a remarkable 300% increase in revenue generation, driven by improved permit processing systems, enhance stakeholder compliance, and digital workflow platforms that operational efficiency and service delivery. Monitoring and enforcement activities across the communication infrastructure were also intensified, resulting in improved regulatory compliance and infrastructure management. In furtherance of the state government's digital infrastructure agenda, La Simra continued to advance broadband expansion across Lagos State, building on the earlier delivery of approximately 3,000 kilometers of fiber infrastructure. The agency facilitated additional investments for the deployment of over 30,000 kilometers of 28-way fiber duct infrastructure along strategic corridors aimed at improving broadband penetration, digital inclusion, and smart city connectivity. The agency also attracted foreign direct investment commitments valued at approximately $22 million towards the rollout of high quality fiber optics infrastructure within the state. In advancing the automated telecom infrastructure registration system, a digital platform designed to automate infrastructure registration, strengthen compliance monitoring, and accelerate permit approvals for telecommunication operators. Furthermore, the agency deployed geographic information system technology for the mapping and monitoring of fiber routes, masts, and towers across Lagos State, while also advancing the rollout of 5G enabled smart and dedicated fiber duct allocation under its broader smart city initiatives. La Simra further strengthened collaboration with the Nigerian Communications Commission, telecommunications operators, and other stakeholders through regular engagements and technical workshops aimed at improving coordination, regulatory compliance, and service delivery across the sector. These initiatives reinforce the agency's commitment to building resilient, future-ready, and technology-driven utility infrastructure systems that support innovation, economic, and inclusive digital transformation in alignment with the Themes Plus agenda. As Lagos continues to grow in population, economic importance, and urban complexity, the demand placed on infrastructure continues to rise significantly. Despite these realities, Lagos State government, under the leadership of Mr. Governor, Mr. Babajide Sanwo-Olu, and the Deputy Governor, Dr. Kadri Abafemi Hamzat, has continued to record measured progress in road construction, grid rehabilitation, transportation connectivity, and strategic infrastructure renewal across the state. Nevertheless, several challenges continue to affect infrastructure delivery, maintenance, and long-term sustainability. These include climate change and flood resilience issues, drainage and stormwater management challenges, road abuse, and overloading by heavy-duty vehicles, infrastructure vandalism, and the rising cost of infrastructure delivery driven by inflation and increased material costs. Sustaining a modern transportation and infrastructure network in a rapidly expanding megacity, therefore, requires continuous adaptation, strategic planning, and strong institutional collaboration. In response, the state government continues to advance resilient and future-ready infrastructure projects aimed at improving mobility, strengthening connectivity, and supporting sustainable urban development across the state. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the Lagos State government, under the leadership of Mr. Governor, Mr. Babajide Sanwo-Olu, and the Deputy Governor, Dr. Kadri Abafemi, remains steadfast in his commitment to delivering infrastructure that improves mobility, supports economic growth, and enhances the quality of life of Lagosians. The Office of Infrastructure and its agencies remain committed to sustaining this momentum through innovation, strategic planning, institutional collaboration, and responsible infrastructure stewardship in alignment with the Themes Plus agenda and the Lagos State Development Plan 2052. To our development partners, stakeholders, contractors, consultants, community leaders, and members of the press, we appreciate your continued support, partnership, and constructive engagement the collective task of building a greater Lagos. Most importantly, we thank Lagosians for their patience, resilience, and confidence in the vision of this administration. Together, we will continue to build a Lagos that is safer, more connected, more resilient, and better positioned for present and future generations. Please, let's jointly take ownership of our infrastructure. If you see something, say something. Thank you and God bless. Ìgbéga ìpínlẹ̀ Èkó.
Worship everyone. Thank you so very much. I think he deserves much more than that. Please let's put our hands together once again. That was a beautiful delivery. Thank you so much, Stephen.
So much, sir.
Thank you. We appreciate you. In one of the things I captured from what the message delivered today is that this administration has deliberately, I want you to take note of the word deliberately, invested in infrastructure for the Goshen. Please let's put our hands together once again for the administration of our governor and Mr. Deputy Governor. We will be going to time of question and answer now. And gentlemen of the press, we would like to indulge you to let us talk about it. This let's would be taking our questions together.
And we would like to ask you to kindly state or to whom you are directing your question to, either to the Special Advisor Infrastructure, NGL Femi Dayamola, or to the Special Advisor Works, Dr. Adekunle Olayinka. Please, you mention your name and the media house you are representing. Thank you. Can we have the question now, ma'am? Answer, gentlemen of the press.
Good afternoon. My name is Adeola Ogbide, and I report for Western Post. My question is directed to the SA of Infrastructure. And my question is on Okwebi Maintaining. It was commissioned 8th April, but it hasn't been opened to traffic or for public use yet. The public is clamoring for the opening of the very strategic bridge. I want to know, is it that it was not completed before commissioning, or what is delaying the usage?
Good afternoon, all. I'm Aderunke Ojediro from the News Agency of Nigeria. My question is directed to SA Infrastructure. In your speech, sir, you talked about manholes and vandalization. How are we leveraging technology to address issues of vandalism, and what enforcement mechanism or policy reform are being put in place? And as in personally, I would like to applaud the ministry because I don't know how, but majority of the places I fly through on a daily basis, the roads are being renovated, reconstructed. So I'd like to thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Imola Bakalawa, and I report for Advocate Broadcasting Network Television. My question is directed to the SA Water. Projects like Massachusetts Hospital and the 280-bed General Hospital in Ocho being supervised by the Office of Works are legacy projects started by the current administration. So I want to know, what is the current status of the construction works? Are there challenges encountered that necessitated the shift in the completion deadlines? Can you tell Lagosians when these two projects will be completed? And lastly, when will the people of the state start enjoying this health infrastructure? Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Cynthia Ajayi, and I report for Africa News 24 TV. Honorable Commissioner, sir, we all know that the Lagos State Materials Testing Laboratory Agency's mandate resolves, around quality control measures adopted to curb incidences of building collapses. Yet, buildings have continued to collapse in Lagos. What reforms has the agencies carried out to curb the problem, and how many facilities has the agency sealed
for not complying with your orders in the last 1 year? Thank you, sir.
Let them answer this question.
That's okay. So, sir, the special advisor, infrastructure, engineer, Daramola, now you may proceed with the response to the questions, sir. Thank you. Thank you very much. The first question was on the Okwebi Mende project. I would like to put it on record that Okwebi Mende has been practically completed, commissioned. I'd also like to bring to your for information that that bridge is part of an integration transport and highway solution that also takes care of adjoining corridors. You would also take note that as we speak, there are already junction improvements at Salvation, Adebola, Towing Street intersection, which all form a part of it. Work is ongoing there. We need to ensure that that is completed. Once the traffic is open, full circulation and the full effect can be seen. Additionally, for for the structure of that size, there is what is going on there, which has reached an advanced stage. There's going to be an iconic monument, just as it is all over the world. That's completed in due course. And in line with the junction improvement works that are ongoing, the completion will be very, very soon. It's been completed. Thank you. The next question was the issue of manholes. What we do. This issue of vandalism, abuse is something that we've always been doing. Public advocacy, let all of us take ownership of the roads. To date, inventory, Public Works Corporation has done total inventory data. We have over 6,000 exposed manhole covers all over Lagos. They have been replacing them. I know to date, we replaced about 2,000 of such. However, how are we protecting it? We are using materials that we call reinforced fiber polymer. These are not materials that should be susceptible to theft. However, this is something we've been doing. You look at the Odoyala Road Bridge, for example, the corridor there, we've changed the railings there to such materials, and I think it yielded dividend. That's why we still have that in place. In addition, we are having a lot of stakeholder engagement just on the Udoyalaro Bridge. You can recall in the last 1 week, you must have seen that we were back then. What am I saying? The stakeholders, the people there, when it was vandalized, they attempted to hold those vandals. They escaped, but they were able to give us part of things that they had removed on the expansion joint. So last week, if I'm not mistaken, we had to go back to replace it. So it's still a case of abuse. It's still a case of it's taxpayers' money. It's a thing we all have to attack together. It's embarrassing. I'm sure you must have seen. Now we've moved. We are using street lights with solar, and you still see people wanting to steal solar and the pole. The solar and the pole. It's something for all of us to address. You take the solar, you take the pole. In the past, you take the cable, you vandalize the generator. Now, the pole, to move, relocate, what? It's unbelievable. But we won't give up. We'll continue to work on it. Stakeholders, that's why when we even hand over projects, you will recall we are always giving the CDC, CDA certificates of ownership, telling them to take ownership, telling them to speak up. telling them to avoid all this kind of things. We do it as we commission projects. And I know, gentlemen of the press, you've always been a part of us. You've seen that happen. In addition, we are liaising continuously for enforcement with our colleagues in other ministries. Ministry of the Environment. It's a major problem. Apart from that, it's not news that we see lots of enforcement that we're trying to do. You see people sleeping under the bridges, you see bridges getting bombed. It's a menace that we're all working on. And I would enjoin you to join the party. Let's continue. We won't give up because it is taxpayers' money in action. And at the end of the day, we will get the culprits. Ministry of Justice is also working on quick intervention so that we address the issues holistically. I think that takes care of that. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. The questions to the special advisor works can be asked now. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, Mr. Moderator. Ms. Lawal Okunabake, you asked us about the status of our health facilities, especially Mercy Hospital and the Ojo General Hospital. No, both projects are legacy projects and they are iconic. So the administration of Mr. Babajide Sanwo-Olu and Dr. Kadri Obasanjo is not leaving any stone in those projects because they are life impacting projects. So I think the last communication I received from the contractors on both projects are such that the current war between Iran and United States affected the movement of some of the materials for them to, complete. It was actually stated in that communication to my office, and basically both of them are above 70% completion. The equipping of the two hospitals are being worked on, and in no time, I think, like I said before in the address, that before the expiration of this administration, both projects will have been delivered. So we hope, we pray that the disruptions as caused by the war between US and Iran will ease off totally so that we can begin to enjoy flow of some of the materials and equipment that we don't really manufacture in Nigeria here. You asked us about the challenge. I think that's part of the challenges that encounter towards the finishing. And Lydia Ajayi, you asked us a question of material testing that ensures quality control and preventing collapse of our building. If you recall, collapse of buildings in Lagos State has drastically reduced. So that is due to the efficiency of this administration and especially the agency that is saddled with ensuring that we ensure and maintain quality control. The figure you requested for us to how many buildings has collapsed or as whatever. I think the GM is here. Maybe she could give us a great figure, which I don't have offhand here. So let me respectfully ask Engineer Abdul like to quickly talk on the figures. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. We acknowledge that despite our mandates, there has still been building collapse in the state, but we are still working assiduously to avert that. Now, since 2020, we have moved from being a reactive agency to a proactive agency by quite a lot of intelligence and IT technologies that we planted into our core server. We've served in the last 24 months about 4,689 notices. That is the buildings and project sites we have reached. And out of which some have complied, some haven't. We have about 46.9 sites that has complied. Meanwhile, about 53 hasn't, and we have sealed off all these buildings. Now, what we do again is making sure that there is e-reporting of results. Over time, we discover that many clients will tell our agents and our staff when they get various sites that they tested, but they don't have results on hand. But because of the new technology we have crafted now, staffs could actually go on our verified portal page and identify if they've paid what they paid for and the number of tests we've carried out. So that this has helped tracking defaulters and developers and citizens that has actually refused to work. But in all, about 7,259 still tests were done in the last 12 months, and about 56,959 complete tests was done in Lagos State between May 29 and um, this year. Now, one of the things that we're doing again is geotechnical test result. Part of our findings is some materials are not tested while the buildings are ongoing. And these are sand, granite, and so take them in their raw sample and we ensure that they are tested. Once they are tested, we communicate them back to LabSCA for them to follow up and ensure that the necessary certificate of fitness that they issue for non-compliant sites, they don't issue it to them until they do further test of their building. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Ma, and we appreciate you. Uh, Gentlemen of the press, let's go back to the questions.
Good afternoon, essays. My name is Barnabas Ujo, and I report for Radio Nigeria. And my question is directed at the essay infrastructure. The rains are here, and on one hand, it is interesting, but for our roads, it may be some sort of challenge. So I would like to know efforts of the office in ensuring that the patients have good, motorable roads all year round. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Adeyinka Adeji, report for New Telegraph newspapers. SA for infrastructure, sir. The Creek Ishaku road was meant to have been completed and time set for completion have been shifted a couple of times. Sir. What is delaying the completion? What is causing this shift in the completion time? And as the government has promised to complete some of these roads, including that particular one we're talking about, can you tell the Lagosians that this road be completed before the end of this government? Thank you, sir.
Good afternoon. My name is Godfrey Gabriel. I represent the Beat FM, Classic FM, Niger FM, and Lagos Talks. Yeah, so looking at two iconic projects, talking about the Revenue House and the Ola Ahmed Tinubu Administrative Complex, I would like to ask, I'm directing my question to SA Works. So I would like to ask, how impactful are these projects to the people and economy of Lagos State? Also, how does the government intend and to ensure sustainability against the backdrop of the belief that we lack the maintenance culture. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much. We sincerely appreciate that. Will be all for now. So let's take our responses.
Okay, we'll take the question on the who agreed with this and just give you a snip to public works with the reins. The general manager will speak to that effectively. On the who agreed with this, yes, I confirm the road will be completed before the end of this administration. We've had issues which are cost inclined, and all this has been resolved. I can tell you as we speak today, on the Igbe Igbo axis, the contractor is on site and work is ongoing. The bridge project is ongoing, and factually, with the pace of work and what they're doing, I reaffirm once again the project will be completed. As per the Public Works Corporation and Drains, they've always been proactive. I mean, we mentioned some roads that they've done just for now. I would yield the floor to the general manager to give us an highlight of the plans for the wet season. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I will question the existing protocol. The Lagos State Public Works Corporation basically has deployed preventive maintenance as its methodology for ensuring that road traffic is sustained all through the wet season. The wet seasons are here already, and by means of preventive maintenance, quite a number of our usual troubles have been identified based on experience, and work is ongoing in the areas of silting and ensuring that the trains are functional. You must acknowledge that once the trains are functional and effective, continued maintenance and use of the road is guaranteed. With respect to the pavement itself, as the rains are here, you will notice that over the last 2 months, we have been deliberate and intentional in working on some roads so that as we go into the rainy season, those roads will be sustained in use. But there are some wherein all of this will still be negated. And as such, what we have adopted is the use of alternative materials than asphalt in the rainy season. You will notice that on some roads, we have adopted palliative works that will ensure that those roads are constantly used. On some, we're using dust and crustal. On others, we're applying interlocking stones as a means of ensuring that these roads are in use. In the rainy season, we know that we have a large percentage of our roads being asphalt, and as such, damage may occur. And as such, the Lagos State Public Works Corporation is liaising with all the LGs and LCDs to monitor these roads, we get a feedback, and we react immediately, which is why when synergy as one government, we're working together. And I can assure you that all of the roads that require attention are being given attention and will continue to do so. Thank you very much.
Okay. Well, okay. On question asked by Mr. Godfrey Gabriel, is that right? On the two unique projects of revenue house, Patak, Bola Ahmed Tinubu Administrative Complex. You asked about the impact the buildings have on Lagos. I can reliably tell you that, especially the revenue house that has been put into operation, we have seen a very measurable uh,
inputs, and very significant at that, that been able to put some, if not all, our generating agencies in one house. So it has reduced, the bureaucracies or even the time wasting of, one agency trying to get information or trying to, validate, well, documents as to, revenue generation, which of course you have been conversant with the releases that we made in the recent past, that it has helped us in increasing our IGR considerably, because we're able to house some of our revenue generating agencies in one block as regards the revenue. So that impact is huge. And of course, for other organizations out there, it's easy for them to move in one building. If you are Coca-Cola and you need any business to transact with our agencies, revenue generating agencies, you don't need to leave Ikeja, go to VI to do one. So all those, especially also, as it regards to economies of scale. So the impacts are there, and they are measurable. So for the BATAC, the Bola Ahmed Tinubu that was recently commissioned, we the what we are trying to achieve also with that is such that we'll be able to reduce the rentals that we know that we have paid over the years of some of our agencies that use different buildings, spread across the state. So we've been able to put that complex together such that we'll be able to, relocate all of them. They would, be able, and we can use the rentals that we normally pay and use it for continuous development, like my counterpart, my colleague just said about, the roads, and can put, you know, um, put what we save in our rentals to development of other projects in Lagos State. So the impacts are huge, and they are measurable, like I said. So you asked about maintenance and sustainability of those buildings. I can assure you, the agency that is saddled with maintenance and sustainability of our project, of our chronic care, pandemic, um, she also can, tell you. But one thing that I'd like to say about, especially those two iconic projects, are such that the contractors that, assisted us in putting the projects together are also being given some, leverage, at least maybe 6 months, after commissioning, before, we now think about whether we should bring in new facility managers or whatever, because they already know all the toting problems and teething problems that may arise as they come. You'll be able to quickly nip them in the bud. But yeah, so for attack, so we have more or less engaged the metro fittings, who of course is an expert in the construction and overseeing, to oversee that project and the building for us over time before we now, hand it over. So it's something that is well thought out in Lagos State, and you can be rest assured that that building will continue to function and function very well. I don't know if Adenike has the GM Lasiyama has something to add. Okay, all right. I think that settles it. Thank you very much.
Thank you so very much, sir. Yeah, we have just come to the end of a very beautiful and fruitful deliberation. And to crown this up with a vote of thanks, I'm going to be giving to the microphone to Permanent Secretary, Office of Infrastructure, Engineer Tokumbo. Engineer Tokumbo. Oyenuga. We call him Oye, so the new guy is not Engineer Oye to give us the vote of thanks. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. The Honorable Commissioner, Minister of Information and Strategy, with your kind permission, I will rely on the already established protocol. And we thank God that we have gone through another year in the life of this administration. To him we return all the glory. First and foremost, after God, we thank Mr. Governor, Mr. Babajide Olushola Sanwo-Olu, and his deputy, Dr. Kadri Bafemi Hamzat, for the unflinching support they have given to the Ministry of Works and Infrastructure in the delivery of our mandate. And I think they both deserve a round of applause. Why do I say that? Despite the challenges, they have been consistent in delivering infrastructure for the people of Lagos. And in the same vein, we would like to thank our principals in the ministry, the Special Advisor Office of Works, and the Special Advisor Office of Infrastructure. They are good leaders, and they carry the teams along. So let's clap for them too. To my colleagues in the ministry, Office of Works, and Office of Infrastructure, thank you for the good work. The reward for good work is more work. The people in Lagos are expecting much more from us. So we have set a standard we can fall below. The grace of God will continue to deliver resilient infrastructure for the people of Lagos. Our colleagues in the Ministry of Information and Strategy, we thank you for this organization you have put in place here. God bless you. And of course, conclusively, our gentlemen of the press, our partners in progress, thank you for the questions you asked. Thank you for your comments and observations you pass to us regularly. But it's a teamwork. We will do our bit. But where we require much more from you is the advocacy as highlighted by our principals here. We need to stop abuses of our infrastructure. Please let us have a sustained advocacy in this regard. Thank you all for coming. May God bless Lagos State, and may God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. God bless you.
Thank you so much, sir. So at this point, we'll be going to the take photographs. So the other photograph will be the member of the state executive and the body of the permanent secretary. That is the Honorable Commissioner, Ministry of Information. Please, member of the press, immediately, the ESCO member and the body of permanent secretary. Yes.